Hi guys, welcome to another episode of TokeMoments. My name is TokeMakinwa. I did not get a boob job, I promise you. I don't know why my boobs are looking rather big in this top. Talks. Maybe I've added weight again. When you go on holiday and the problems that you encounter. So yes, we did not have a vlog last week because my system was just acting up, and I'm tired of my own excuses. You know what I mean? Like, Toka, you need to get your acts together. Every single week you have one excuse or the other. So I'm just gonna cover my face here, which is why I'm wearing a face cap, and I apologize to you guys. I'm back. I'm still away. I'm in London right now, chilling at my cousin's flat. I'm super proud of her. She has this amazing flat, and I'm just chilling before I get back to the craziness in Lagos, which I miss, by the way. And it's not like I've been out of work. You know, I've been shuffling my time, waking up in New York, Lagos time, just to respond to emails as if I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Because you know how sometimes when you're away, everything just seems to slow down, and people are like, yeah, because she went away. No, that's not who I am. Well, this week we're going to be talking still very personal. I had something planned out to talk to you guys about, which was about my trip. But then today I was just going through my DM on Instagram, because they say it goes down in the DM, you know. So sometimes you just gotta check it, because you don't know who wants to holler at you right there. I'm not standing on the road, okay? I'm just sitting on the balcony, trying to enjoy the weather, you know, and just trying to connect with you guys at the same time. So there might be like interference from, I think there's like a helipad or something around here, because helicopters keep passing by. I don't think it's an airport, but yeah, you just never know. Recently, I graced the cover of a magazine. It's an online editorial, so you might want to check that out. It's called Fame Extra Magazine, and in the magazine, I was asked about my, you know, personal life, if I'm dating again. And you know, a lot of things have happened. You guys know you know my story, you know what happened to me, so let's not rehash all of that, even if we haven't officially spoken about it with good reason. But that's not what the vlog is about. Interviews are like confessions. I agree with Lil Wayne. Like, sometimes, you know, you sit there and look at those questions, and when people ask you, it's like you're pouring your heart and your soul to, like, you know, just confessing basically. And you know, sometimes the pressure can be very real. Yeah. So they asked about my dating life, and I thought to myself, Toka, you know what, you could just be like or you could be honest. And I'm trying to share more of me with a lot of you. Like it or not, I don't really talk about my personal life. Like it or not, I don't. People assume a lot of things, and I just let them assume whatever, because you know what? People are entitled to feel however they want to feel. And I don't think it's my place to go around telling people this is exactly what the truth is, because you get tired. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's going to like you, okay? So deal with it. You know, it's like hearing a sermon. 10 people hear the same sermon. Jesus fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish, right? You remember? Yeah. And people would hear that sermon. 3 people there would think, great guy, yeah, you made a miracle, you did that. Some people would think, all he could give was bread and fish. Some people, you know, so people would listen to something and take what they want to take away from it. And that's not why this vlog is here. So this vlog is about 5 ways to get back into the game, because I was asked about my dating life and I talked about it, and in my DM a lot of people have been asking questions. Like, you know, one really touched me this afternoon, and that's why I thought I'll make the vlog about this. A lady sent me a DM saying when she read that I cried on my way home after my first date. You know, she could resonate with that, because she's presently in that situation, but she has a child as well, and she doesn't even know or wrap her head around how she can even begin to date again. And I was really touched. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to share 5 ways to get back in the game, kind of like how Stella got her groove back, Toke style. Yeah, knowing that my way might not be your way, but you know, if you like it, then you can adapt it. Number 1 for me, don't start dating if you're not ready for it, and you would know when you're ready for it. I think acceptance is one of the biggest challenge. Like, that's the toughest phase that you can ever go through. Like, you're used to things being a certain way and it's no more. You're used to being with this person and you guys are not together anymore. So, you know, people struggle with accepting the new normal. And the moment you can accept it, it helps to kind of put things in perspective. You know what I mean? If you're still, you know, reminiscing, thinking, not accepting the fact that this person is gone, you're still trying to fight for that relationship, you just might find yourself in a very messy situation. And to avoid that, I would say, you know, go through your grieving period. It was your relationship or your marriage, and you're entitled to grieve, and no one can tell you for how long. If you want to grieve for 2 years, by all means, grieve, you know. Jeez, not an operation, but yeah. People are different. If you want to grieve for 6 months, by all means. If you want to grieve for 3 months, by all means as well. Just take your time. And once you get to that point, accept that this is the new normal. I'm back in the market. I didn't think this was going to happen to me, but it did. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. I'm not going to go out every night and stumble and get drunk or wake up with different people in my bed. If that works for you, but yeah, that was one thing that I wasn't going to do. So once you accept that this is the new normal, it helps you. Number two, no pressure, man. Like, you can agree to go on the dates. If you feel differently an hour before the person comes, cancel it. Like, no pressure. You're allowed to do things at your own time. If you say I'm ready this week and all of a sudden, you don't feel like you're ready, cancel it. Take your time. Yeah, just take that time. You have to be ready for it because it can be emotionally draining. Sitting across that person, trying to find out who the fuck they are. Yes, oh shit, I'm back in the market again. So yeah, you're Mr. Nice Guy, I'm Miss Nice Girl. Let's just pretend like this is what we are. And then we do this, you pick me up, you say all the nice things. I say nice things back to you because that's what we're supposed to say. Do you know what I mean? It can be very nerve-wracking. So if you're not ready, please by all means cancel it. Number four, these things happen for a reason. Yeah, and when you go through certain things, you have to learn from them, because if you don't learn from them, you make the same mistakes again. So the relationship ended, it made you stronger, wiser, and now you know what you don't want. Okay, so try to avoid what you don't want. If you know you don't want a player, then don't waste your time hanging around with them. If you know you don't want a guy who hangs in the club, then don't waste your time giving him your number. If you know you don't want that guy who doesn't have his shit together, don't waste your time. Do you know what I mean? Just know what you don't want. Yeah, you might not know what you want, but at least you know what you don't want. And anything that looks like what you don't want, don't entertain it, because it just drags you back. Which leads me to, number five. The next person doesn't have to be the person that will walk down the aisle with you. I struggle in this department because I'm a serious person. Like, I date seriously. I dated someone for so many years. Hello, I'm not gonna be a casual fling or a casual situation. That's not just who I am. But then, you know what? You don't have to imagine yourself in white and the guy in black walking down the aisle. If it happens, it's good, it's great. But I feel like once you start to do that, it just already ruins everything. So yeah, go on that date. If it's just a date, enjoy it. Don't have timelines in your head. Know where you're going, but don't be so brash about it. Yeah, I'm dating again. Don't tell the guy everything about yourself on the first date, so the second date. Like, no. Do you understand? It's a process. Get to know each other, but don't do that because you think that the end goal of this is to marry the person. Like, it's weak. Sometimes you just get frustrated because you expect the person to be perfect. Don't compare the person to who you were with. Like, it's difficult. Because of my way home after this first date, I cried like a baby. I just started crying. For me, the biggest thing for me wasn't the fact that it was, the bad dates. It wasn't. It was just, geez, I'm back in the market. Dipping and wondering, going through that whole, did I sound right? Does he like me? Do I like him? It was exhausting and I cried. But then with each time I cried, I just got stronger again and I'm enjoying dating again. It's a new world and I'm happy. I am. My hair is getting fuller, my edge is growing out, my ass getting bigger, I've lost some weight. I go to bed at night, not worried about anyone cheating on me. That feeling, that's another vlog. Somebody say amen. Next week, that's what we'll talk about. Chai, the feeling of being able to sleep well at night. Just taking your time, just loving life, and just being so beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to stop right here. Also, try to go for things that you're not... I know it contradicts what I said the last time, like, knowing what you don't want. But also, there's a thin line with knowing what you don't want and going for what you're used to. What you're used to is what got you where you were. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes there's a whole world out there. You just need to look beyond the face gap and look beyond yourself. Sometimes we're getting our way so many times because we're literally standing in our own way. You're used to a certain circle, you're used to a certain type of guys, you're used to it coming in a certain way, you're used to planning and ducking and arranging, and this is God just saying to you, girl, I have got this. And it might not look like what you think you're used to, but sometimes adventure, you discover that that which you're used to is actually old school, and this just might be the next you. Do you know what I mean? I know I jumbled too many points in one because I said five and I shared like 8 or 9 because I can't stop talking, because that's just who I am, and you guys are used to me like this. Yeah. So just accept it, right? Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter. I am a Tokestar with a double R. Who does this a lot when you wear jeans? He always teaches me.